Mm-hmm.
Charlotte was fun, but it was a cool growth experience, but I ended up moving to Philly in a month actually
Oh
to
wow,
just
you're all over the place then. That's cool.
yeah, I'm hoping that I can set up a home base in Philly because like Philly's only 4 hours away from um like Oneida where all my family's at.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's only like 5 hours away from Charlotte. So
Okay. Kind of
yeah.
central area.
hmm And you're in Orange County, right?
Yeah, kind of. I'm in La Mirada, which is like a small little town in the middle of LA in Orange County, right by Disneyland.
Oh, neat. So it's like, is it like a small town? Is it like right in between? Or
Yeah, there's nothing here but a really lame Chuck E. Cheese and a Blaze Pizza
that sounds like my
and a
hometown.
park. Yep, very suburbia.
hmm We don't even we don't even have a Blaze Pizza. So y'all are living large.
You know what? I think actually the Blaze Pizza was replaced by a Cava, so
Mm,
actually we don't even have Blaze Pizza anymore. Now that I think about it, because I drove there the other day wanting pizza, and then it was just a Cava, and I was like, "What?"
dang. I've never had kava before. Isn't it like a is it like a fancy Moe's?
It's kind of like gentrified falafel.
Gentrified falafel.
Yeah, it's all right.
So
You're better off going to a real place.
have you had Moe's before?
I haven't.
Oh, Moe's is a banger. Do they not have them in California?
I don't think so. I've never heard of that.
Oh dang.
What is it like Mediterranean?
It's like a it's like a Mexican food Subway, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Is kava like what is kava?
It's like Mediterranean. It's kind of like a Chipotle, but Mediterranean style. Like you go down the line, like Panda Express, and like they make bowls for you.
Okay, yeah.
They'll
So
have
it's
like chicken, falafel, rice, veggies, stuff like that.
yeah. Okay, so it's like kind of similar. The
Hmm.
um there's an age-old debate of Moe's versus Chipotle. I'm Moe's all the way, but
I'm gonna have
um
to try it.
yeah. Um Oh, do you want to turn your camera back on?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Wait, why is it not working? I'm clicking it, but it's not doing anything. Okay,
Oh, sweet. Oh, there we go.
I set up a ring light. I was trying to give lighting lighting energy. Let's see.
Nice. The lighting energy is there.
Always appreciated.
Heck yeah. Um, oh yeah. With Chipotle though, dude, my friends were hyping it up to me so much, and I finally had it. In my opinion, if you ever have Chipotle, I'm surprised you haven't had a Moe's before because you've done so much touring and whatnot. But I don't know. Chipotle is just Moe's with less ingredients. Don't let anybody tell me different.
I'm gonna have to give it a try next time I'm out there.
Yeah. All right. Gonna get this intro rolling, and
Sweet.
yeah. All right. What is up, everybody? It is Taff from Primetime with Taff and Phil, and today I'm so excited to say we've got Melissa Brooks in the building. She's the lead singer and guitarist for the Aquadolls, who just rocked out at the Corona Capital Music Festival a few weeks ago, and they were in San Diego doing a music box. What was that called?
The music box.
The Music Box in San Diego. They were there a few days ago. That was their last show of 2024. There's more stuff to come. And check out their most recent album, Charmed. It's available everywhere. It's got some bangers. You won't regret checking it out. That's Charmed by the Aquadolls. And as a solo artist, she's repping the Orange County indie EDM scene, hosting these hole in the wall festival slash rave slice of life type events, capturing a little snapshot of the music scene in the Orange County area through what she calls Party with Mel. She's actually got a show tomorrow night, so if you're in the Orange County area, go check that out. Hell, even if you're not in the area and you're feeling crazy, get a plane ticket and go have a ball. I haven't been, but it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm trying to make it out there at some point. And in addition to that, on Friday, she's hosting the Karomi Rave at the Regent Theater in LA. So she's busy as hell, and I love to see it. So, Melissa, thank you for making the time. So stoked you were able to make it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you so much for the amazing introduction. You make me sound so busy, and I sure am. There's always something happening. But I appreciate all of the love, and I appreciate you bringing me onto your show today.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate you coming out. Now, one thing I'm curious about with all the work you do is the Party with Mel events that you host. Like, can you talk about what you're setting out to achieve with that?
I want to create a safe space where people can come, dance, be silly, have fun, listen to music of any genre, and go nuts. I think this is now going to be the second official Party with Mel happening tomorrow. And I hope for next year to keep growing and growing it. Right now, we're at a bar in Santa Ana, California called Proof Bar. I had my birthday party there earlier in April, and they were like, "This is the most people we've ever had come out to this bar. Do you want a residency?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, let's do it." And so the residency has kind of evolved into Party with Mel. I wanted to put a name to it. My good friend May Mung, who I know you've interviewed as well,
Yep.
has been helping me out with it as well, and I've been curating lineups every month. And I already am planning next year's lineups, and they're going to be crazy. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, hope just to grow it as much as we can and create a really fun space for people to be silly.
That's sick. I love that. And it seems like you're succeeding in that. I'll see the videos of it. It just looks like a really fun time. And I was gonna ask, like, so you had a birthday party there. What I was gonna ask is, like, what was the booking process like for the Santa Ana bar? You were just offered a residency after the birthday party there because it went really well.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny story. I was hitting up so many different venues, bars, just looking for anybody that would host a party and wasn't going to charge me $30,000 for a 4 night event,
Mm-hmm.
because that's actually a number I did see for a really small dive bar. And I was like,
Jeez,
girl, girl, what are you talking about?
for real.
But it was actually Maymung that he was just searching online random bars in Orange County. That happened to be one of the bars that he sent to me, and I contacted them. They had me come in person to check out the space, and they were like, "We'll let you post a party here for free." And yeah, people showed up, and they were really, really happy about it. I was like, "I'll make sure people buy drinks," and you know, they made good drink sales that night, I'm sure. But yeah, it was really silly, and it was also the first time that they had hyperpop and like not just kind of like basic house music there. So I think that was something that they've never had, and it brought kind of a new scene to their place. And yeah, so it's been very silly, but it's been very fun.
That's sick. I love that. That's what I like about the Party with Mel events. That sort of artist network that you and Maymung are in. It seems like it's it's just it's this very cool niche where, yeah, like I've never heard hyperpop at a bar before, and it's cool that you're able to bring that to this part of the world.
I want
And
to say it's kind of like a subculture junior. Like I help out with my best friend's event. They're called Subculture Party, also in LA, but they started in Santa Ana as well, like literally down the street from where Proof Bar is. They were at a Mexican restaurant called El Rincon that my band would do punk shows at, and we found out we could do shows there for way cheaper than the other venues that they were running. So it's kind of like a nod and homage to the early subculture days, and the subculture gang is involved. They DJ and host and stuff, and they're very much a part of it as well. But have to give thanks to them.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of extending an olive branch to that early subculture days with my new party with Mel.
that's cool. You said something about olive branch. What's olive branch?
I think it's a branch from an olive tree.
Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to kindly extend, or wait, that was totally not the saying. It was supposed to be I'm really bad at metaphors.
Oh, you're good. So
Passing
am I.
the torch. Passing the torch. Yes, that's what I meant to say.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
blonde.
Oh, you're good. Passing of the olive branch torch, maybe.
Yes,
Um,
passing the torch branch.
yes. The other thing I was wondering, on your Instagram account, you know how you can have those titles at the top of your page, like some people have just for fun. Mine's artist. Yours is video game, and a lot of the promo for the Party with Mel stuff is video game themed. Are you big time gaming? Are you playing the video
I'm
games?
game. I'm gaming a little bit. I don't know if you could see behind me. I have my Switch set up.
Nice.
But I'm not like a crazy gamer. My partner is definitely like the crazy gamer in the group. But I
Mm,
do I do dabble a little bit in gaming. I play mostly just Fortnite and Overwatch.
nice, nice. Are you would you say you're good at it? Are you
I'm
competitive or no? You're
terrible.
just
I'm terrible. I just do it for sillies and for fun. My partner is the one who's like an insane gamer and is like putting in the hours in all these games, and I'll like join for a few rounds, and then if we don't get battle royale, it's like, "Oh my God, I'm pissed." And I'm
yeah.
like, "Okay, bye." But it's always a fun time. I like it. I like playing Overwatch and playing. I have like my gamer girl playlist,
Mhm.
and I'll play like Machine Girl and Barely Human and like Little Texas and really intense like hard style, and it just like helps me like like get in the zone. I know a lot of people don't like listening to music when they game because they want to hear like every little footstep and all that. I'm like, turn the music up. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
need
I
I
don't
need
know
the
if I have the
music
best
up.
strategy.
Yeah, I need the
Yeah,
music
it
up when
helps.
I'm gaming. I was like, those games where I need to hear every little sound, it's just too much for me. I don't know. I like the vibe, the video games that create a vibe, and I can just sort of be there, listen to music while I'm playing it. That's my jam.
Yes, it's a part of the vibe. It keeps the energy going. I'm always playing music, whether I'm gaming or just chilling at home, cleaning, driving. There's always music playing. I can't do silence. I hear my thoughts way too loud. Even with the music, I still hear my thoughts, but need the music. It's essential.
Same. I'm always playing something out of my phone. I got to get a good set of headphones that don't have a wire because I don't know. I'm always just playing stuff out of my speaker. Um,
That's so valid. I haven't upgraded to AirPods because I am a total I lose stuff all the time. I'm always losing
Dude, me
things,
too.
and this connection, I trust this. I have like the old school iPod headphones, or like not even iPod, iPhone headphones. I just showed my age. But yeah, I can't do AirPods. I'm too scared. I'm gonna like sleep with them on and then lose it in my bed and never find it again. And they're
Exactly, man.
expensive.
They are. They are too expensive, and they're like the size of a green bean, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was a
Literally a
kid.
green bean.
Yeah, this is some perspective. I be losing stuff all the time. My ADHD is going crazy. One time I was a kid, walked to the store to get my dad a glass of milk, lost literally this sounds not real, lost the gallon of milk before I put it in the fridge when I was like 8. So yeah. Um Now I'm medicated for the
That's like,
ADHD and that doesn't happen, but yeah.
yay. That's like me getting cereal out of the cupboard and then grabbing the milk and then pouring it into the bowl and then putting the milk back in the cupboard and then the cereal into the fridge.
Mhm.
I've done
Exactly.
that more than once.
Yeah,
Bimbo Nation.
indeed. Balling out. Getting silly with it even when we're making cereal. And
Yes, always.
with the wired ear pods and instead of the AirPods because we think we're gonna lose them. I heard that so like there's this moment when you decided that you wanted to start making music or like something that stuck with you even if it wasn't in that specific moment. It was when you were jumping on your bed singing along to Paramore with an iPod Nano when you were 15. um, what about that moment stuck with you, and outside of that what inspires you and sort of lights that fire today?
Back when I was that 15-year-old jumping on my bed with the iPod Nano, that happened right after my very first band played a show at this venue in Orange County called Chain Reaction. And it was like a pay to play thing where you had to sell pre sale tickets in order to perform. And I remember selling tickets to my teachers because, like, if you didn't sell a certain amount, you couldn't play. And, like, my teachers
Mm.
would feel bad for me and buy tickets and, like, not come. And like we played to
Oh,
like nobody. And when I got home that night, I was so happy. I was like, "Oh my God, I got to play. Like I want to perform all the time." I love the feeling and the rush of being on stage even though there was like no one there. It didn't even matter just because I love to sing and perform. It's in my soul. I mean, I've been performing and singing since I was a child. I started writing music when I was in second grade. So it's always been a part of me and in my soul. And just it really locked in then that I was like, okay, this is my path and I'm just going to chase it and do whatever I can to get there. And
mm,
looking back now as an adult and looking at my younger self, I feel like I would be very proud to see that I've gotten to play with a lot of my idols and share stages and even just like rub elbows with artists that I've always looked up to. It's really crazy to me, and I'm extremely grateful for the journey that I've been on. It's been quite a journey, and I know it's still unfolding. So, the book isn't done yet, but
oh yeah,
yeah.
that's the great thing about life, and I'm really inspired by stuff like that because we are, it's obvious, but when we come into the world, we aren't automatically musicians with a following or anything. And it's very inspiring to hear that from going from teachers buying your tickets to being able to rub elbows with your idols and stuff, performing at the festivals. Like that's awesome. And I was wondering, like, what idols have you rubbed elbows with that you've gotten to play with or be around?
My very first like celebrity encounter, this was almost 10 years ago that this happened. I think it was like 2015. But I got invited to a YSL party. And as I was walking in, Charlie XCX was walking out. And I saw her. And I was actually in her music video for the song Break the Rules.
No freaking way.
And you can look it up. I'm there. I'm at the very end of the video getting covered in pink slime. And what's it called? As I was walking out, she looks at me and she was like, "I know you. You're the Aqua, Aqua." And I was like, "Dolls." And she's like, "Aquadolls." I'm like, "Yeah, I was in your music video." And she was like, "Oh, hello. Good to see you." And she gave me a hug, and then it was really cool, and I like freaked out, and I was like, "I saw you on Jimmy Fallon. You were great." And then she's like, "Okay, well, bye." And like it was so crazy to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in the same room as like my literal queens." And then like I remember I saw Sky Ferreira and Cole, the guy from Dive, the indie band Dive. They
Mm.
were also there at that party. They were litty. I don't know on what, but they were litty and they were so nice. And they were like, this is like when they were dating. They're broken up now, but they were like
Mm.
all hugging and they were like, "Play every show you can, every offer you get, take it, just play it. You never know who's going to be in the crowd." And that advice really stuck with me all these years because I'm a say yes girl. Like if you have a gig, I'm probably just going to do it. Because like they said, you never know who's there. And like one time I played a show that I think like 10 people were at. And then one of the 10 people was a writer for Rolling Stone magazine and then ended up writing a review on it and was like, Melissa Brooks did a crab walk dance. And I was like, oh my God, my crab walk made it into the magazine. So that was pretty cool. But other celebrities, I don't even know. I'm blanking out. That's like, this is all so long ago. Um,
Oh, that's okay.
I'm thinking of the millionaires, like Melissa Marie. I love her. She's performed at the subculture parties a few times, and I used to go to. Well, I still go to their shows, but back in like 2008, 2009, my mom would take me to go see them at Chain Reaction, where I got to play as a youngin', and it's crazy to be like performing on the same lineup with somebody that your mom would drop you off to their concert, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, Melissa," and I'm like, "Hey, Melissa," because we have the same name. So that's really cool. She's such a sweetheart. I love her and love their music forever. I will fight for millionaires always. They're amazing. Broken Side, they're amazing too. But yeah, I'm blanking on my name dropping right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't need to be
But
sorry.
shout out to all the celebrities I've met. Y'all are cool as hell.
Indeed. Shout out to Charlie XCX and all the celebrities Melissa Brooks has met. Um, what am I looking at here? With the Aquadolls, what's it? How did y'all meet? Because it's you, Jackie Proctor on drums, Kayla couldn't find her last name anywhere, but Kayla on the bass.
Nina.
Kayla Nina.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Kayla Nina on the bass, and of course you on lead vocals and guitar. How did y'all meet back in the day?
We met by going to shows. I met Kayla going well actually Kayla came to one of my shows. I threw a Halloween on Christmas party, which was a
That's
Halloween
sweet.
party on Christmas like maybe 6 years ago. And we're chatting and found out that she lived near me and I gave her a ride home that night, and then we ended up just being friends. And then Jax, we met kind of, I want to say like 2015. They used to be in a band called Vag that me and my ex recorded in my garage, and we all stayed friends. And I've been through many journeys of lineups over the years, but when I was between band members and Jax was no longer playing with their band, we started jamming together. Kayla was just hanging out at the practices and then started playing keyboard and then eventually start playing the bass. And yeah, so just being in the local music scene is how we all got together.
That's pretty sweet. It took me a while. I feel like I'm just now in this chapter of my life realizing how many connections can come from a small local music scene. Because
Hmm.
yeah, I mean the my little cousin, he's in this band called Heart of Man. Shout out to them. But and like it's very cool. It took me a while to realize how I always understood how like supportive and inclusive different music scenes were, but it's very cool to see things like the Aquadolls come of it from meeting up at another band's show. I love seeing like stuff like that.
I
Um,
love it too.
Indeed. And the band was formed all the way back in 2012. I
Yes.
I've had different collaborations go for like 3 months, a year, 2 years, but never 12 years. How do you guys stay sort of in tune creatively despite seemingly inevitable changes in the vision for what you'd like to create?
Aquadolls will never die. There's always a song to be written. And it's funny because like Aquadolls started so niche. I feel like such like a specific sound of like the surf rock, and it kind of evolved over the years, but then kind of circled back to that surf rock at its roots because I know that's what the fans really like, what they really resonated with. It has like that nostalgia for like the 2013 era and like what I was listening to then, like Best Coast, Waves, Vivian Girls, those girls, like those were all my huge influences at the time. So it's cool, like circling back to all of that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even though I'm mostly listening now to like more electronic music, I will always have a soft spot in my heart for that surf rock, beach sound, punk rock. That's my roots. That's who I am. At the end of the day, I'm still that little girl crowd surfing. Never leaves you.
Love it.
So yeah.
And with that, like you said, like the surf rock, garagey sound that the Aquadolls have, what are the studio sessions like? Are y'all performing, like what's the recording environment like to the like ranging from that to when y'all are creating, is it like a jam session sort of thing or is it more formulaic?
It depends on each release. There's been a different kind of journey for each release that we have. But like Charmed, when we recorded that album, that was like a 2 week block that we were going to the studio every day. We had demos like already pre-written, like some ideas that I came up with, and as well as Jackie and Kayla, we all kind of had like a little session at our old manager's house and got together to write demos and stuff. And then we sent it over to our label and they picked and chose their favorites. And then we kind of like reworked them live in the studio. Some of them were more fleshed out than others. I know, for example, one song that was not fully fleshed out was Beachy. That one started as like a guitar loop. And we in the studio, like on the spot, while like we're in the vocal booth, we're writing lyrics like right then. So that was like a very like go go go. What rhymes with this? What do we want to say? So that was like a very like spur of the moment process, which was really fun. I love doing that. Um, and as of recently, May Mung's been helping with some recording stuff as well for my solo stuff too. And that is kind of like just sitting in a room and making a beat, making up lyrics on the spot.
Mm,
Sometimes I get inspiration in the shower, and then I gotta stop that shower and mumble something into my phone, and then later make sense of it into a song.
yep, been
Um,
there.
Dream and Deception was recorded all by myself on GarageBand, mixed and mastered by me. Not the
Wow.
greatest quality. You can hear the audio kind of dip when the songs come up on Spotify. I didn't know what
Yeah,
I was doing. It was an experiment. I was in my experimental era. It's okay.
indeed.
We learn. But yeah, each process has been very different, but I'm very grateful for all of them. They're all really fun. I love creating no matter how it's done. It's always really fun for me to get to write.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like I don't know, yeah, inspiration hits us at weird times. The also
Yes.
as creators, all we're doing is trying out ideas to me. So yeah, we got to keep experimenting. And I'm wondering with the Aquadolls, like y'all go to the studio, how do you achieve that sort of garagey sound? Because me, like I'm like I'll make my own music. I'm like self-taught with the mixing stuff. And like if I were to try to achieve that sound, I would like turn down the treble end, but I wouldn't know where to go from there. Maybe turn up the reverb.
Hmm.
What goes into that?
Um, Honestly, I don't really know. Like when it comes to the like actual in studio, like what we did with Charmed, I didn't really push any of the buttons on the console. I was just more of the musician, like playing the instrument, singing, and then Chris Check, he helped record Goo Goo Dolls and other really amazing artists, but he was producer for that record, so he was the
Mhm.
one pushing all the buttons and doing all of the tweaks and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he used Pro Tools, but I kind of like I'll give my direction and references of what I want it to sound like literally just other songs. Like I like the reverb on the vocal of this song, and I like the tone on the guitar of this song, and we'll kind of like send references and hope that they get it, and then we'll go back and forth like, oh, a little more chorus, a little more delay, a little more reverb. I'm always like, more reverb. I love my reverbs. I'm like, make me sound like the Cocteau Twins. But
Yes.
yeah, so it's kind of a collaborative process for sure. But I can't take credit for all of the technical stuff because I'm still learning myself, and I would love to learn more. But I am also working off of a busted MacBook, so as of lately, I've been going over to Maymung for help with recording stuff, and he knows.
Nice. So you're wait. So you how long have you been working off of a busted MacBook for? Because
Way too long.
way too long. You heard
Way
of,
too long.
you heard about Maymung's busted MacBook, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of wild to me how these setbacks that we have in art can kind of lead to making something better or something that never would have come about if not for
Hmm.
busting the MacBook or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely for Dream and Deception, that was like the peak epitome of busted laptop core. That's my new genre, by the way. Busted
Nice.
laptop core. So yeah, I remember I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like just turning everything up as loud as it could go, and like the project file was just like extremely blown out, and then I would export it and it'd be so quiet. And I'm like, why is it quiet? I don't understand. Turn it up more, turn it up more. And I didn't realize that the power of mixing is balance. Not everything needs to be super, super loud. It's the balance. And,
Mm-hmm.
I learned that. I learned that. And yeah, it's all about learning lessons, experimentation, trial and error. I love it.
Exactly.
But it was definitely testing my patience. But even now, I mean, I really need a new laptop. It's not even funny because it always says my storage is full when it's not, which is so fun
Mm-hmm.
when I have to download music for my DJ sets and stuff. So
Dude,
it's a
yeah.
journey,
I've got to
but
get a
that's
I've
why I'm lucky I have friends to help.
exactly. I've got to get a flash drive, bro. The flash drives that would cuz I have that same problem with all the random videos and song files I have on my computer.
Hmm.
Flash drives would save my life.
Oh yeah, you got to back it up.
Mhm. Um okay, yeah. I heard that your first job was at a place called Porto's. What is Porto's?
um, yes, I did briefly work at Porto's. I worked there for like 3 months and then I quit. Um, it's a bakery. I will never work in food again. That is not
Oh,
for
dude.
me. That is not for me. Respect to people that do it because it is so hard. Working in food and restaurants is so intense. It's literally the bear.
Dude,
Like
yes.
it is the bear. It is that show is not an exaggeration. It's literally the bear. But yeah, the food's great. Love it. Love Porto's. Like, food's great. It's kind of like a Cuban bakery. So they would do like Cuban sandwiches. And then they also had the cheese rolls are like the popular item there. And I remember I would clock in at like 6 a.m. And then they'd be like,
Jesus.
someone would walk in, like, can I get 12 dozen cheese rolls? 6 dozen guava cheese, like, oh my god. And then you have to like run around and like we're all like little rats, like just running around, like trying not to bump into each other. I was always dropping food. I was
Mhm.
always sneaking food too because like you'd only get one break every 8 hours or like 8 hour shift or whatever. And I was always so hungry and you're surrounded by good food. So I would like take an empanada and like go up to the break room and just like and then go back to work. But yeah, I had to quit because one, it was not for me.
Yeah,
No,
food
like
service just
I
ain't it.
it was not for me. Respect, like I said, to the people that do it because it's really hard. But
It is.
they wouldn't give me days off that I had shows. Like I was like, I have a performance on this day. I need to request this day off. And then they'd be like, okay, well, you have to switch your shift with somebody. And it would be like, it would always be like Friday and Saturday nights. And like, no one is going to want to switch their Friday and Saturday. So no one would ever switch with me. I remember one time, 100 Gex had a concert and I like requested the day off, and then they wouldn't let me, they didn't approve it. They still scheduled me, and I like pretended to be sick and I left. Um, and when I did quit, it was funny because they all knew I was in a band, and I think we were playing a festival. I think it was Lollapalooza. I could be wrong, or maybe Riot Fest. I don't remember what it was,
Mhm.
but it was something in Chicago, like a big festival for Aquadolls. And then like the manager was so nice, and he was like, "Oh, like best of luck with your band. Like you guys are awesome. I checked out your music," and he was so cool. And then as I was walking out, over the speakers was playing "You'll Never See Me Again," and I was like, "This is so like this is the vibe." But yeah, shout out to Portos.
Yeah, that's poetic. That's sick.
That actually wasn't my first job though. My first job was at Hollister
Oh, a
when I
Hollister.
was
How
like
was that?
17. It was weird. It was very weird. The men that worked there were extremely creepy. I was in high
Uh,
school and most of the employees were like college aged. And I remember like the guys would always make me play like Never Have I Ever and like all these like weird
oh God.
games. And then like if you you would have to wear like shorts that I were this big. Like I'm not exaggerating. They were literally this long,
That was just part of the
and your butt
uniform.
would always be out. Yes, and like I
Ugh.
was literally a kid, and like and they would always make the girls go up on the ladders to like get the boxes down while the guys like foot the ladder. I'm like, the guys should go on the ladder. It was so weird. Like I don't know, they were really creepy, and then they also cut my hours like extremely, extremely, extremely. Like I think one day they were like, "You work 1 hour." I'm like, "No," so I quit.
You come into work for 1 hour. Oh, I'm about to clock in this 1 hour shift. Oh God, my
It
back
was
hurts.
crazy. And then
Yeah,
they
that
ended up
is.
getting like in a huge lawsuit, like because they were through Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen their
I
documentary,
remember
but
they
it's
they had
really
some
crazy. And a
scandal.
lot of the stories that people were sharing, I experienced really similar things and was like, damn, good for them. And I think I got like $50 from the lawsuit. So
Nice.
shout out.
Get your money. Hollister. Money from a Hollister lawsuit is great money.
Yes, absolutely. I'll take it. Give
Indeed.
me your money.
The all right. So another thing I was thinking was back in the day, like you said, you had been performing since you were like a kid. Do you have any like
Yes.
super early memories of like initially, like before you wrote your first song?
I'm looking around my
Um,
room to see if I have any baby photos of me. They're all in photo books, but
oh yeah.
yeah, like I mean, I started in ballet and tap when I was like 3. So I started with
Okay.
dance, and then I did background acting through kind of like through central casting, and I got to be on really cool shows like Bernie Mac,
Oh shit.
and also I was in the Santa Claus 3. And my special moment was that Tim Allen threw a giant rubber candy cane at me. And one time it hit me in the head, and he apologized to me and was like, "I'm sorry, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." See, I told you there's another celebrity that I
Oh
met.
yeah.
Told you I have crazy stories. So there's another one. Shout
Shout
out,
out to
oops,
Tim Allen.
shout out to Tim, shout out to Tim Allen. Hope he's doing well. Hope the North Pole's treating him well. But
Well,
yeah, I did background acting. I still do it like randomly from time to time. I'll get like background jobs. But I started doing singing. I, I mean, I was always singing, but I started taking lessons. I think when I was for sure in elementary school, but probably like 3rd grade. And it was like I was in the choir at school, but then I started doing like opera lessons in a church
oh damn.
on top of being in church choir too. So I was in like all these different weird programs. And yeah, that's kind of where I like got my first voice was doing the opera lessons. Um and then when I was in high school, I was classically trained. Or no, I'm sorry, I was classically trained as a kid. And then when I was in high school, shout out to Greg DeCastro. That is my vocal teacher,
Greg
and
DeCastro. Woo.
he's a king. He's a total king. I love him. He is so sweet and is the best vocal teacher in the world. I'm not even joking. He's so amazing. And he teaches the vocal stylings of Seth Riggs, who is the coach of Michael Jackson, or well, was the coach of Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, Julie Andrews. Some of the most iconic voices of our time were taught through his stylings. So those were the stylings that I was taught. And through
Wow.
that, then I started teaching lessons. I don't anymore. I kind of want to get back into it, um, but yeah, I used to teach voice and guitar and piano. But yeah,
Huh.
it's a journey.
Indeed. Hell of a journey. The how do you end up getting coached by I'm sorry, what was the guy's name? His last name was Riggs.
Oh, Seth Riggs. I didn't actually get taught from Seth Riggs. Greg DeCastro, my teacher,
Oh,
was
yeah.
a student of Seth Riggs.
Yes.
So he was passing on like his teachings to his other students. So I did get to meet him once. I got to do like a master class. It was Seth Riggs, Adam Lambert randomly, and then like two other teachers. I didn't know who they were, but it was basically kind of like a private lesson showcase type thing where Seth Riggs students, like my teacher, it would be like all of their teachers would send their best pupil to go to this like audition. It wasn't even
This
an audition. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It was like we would go. I think I sang like the national anthem. I like went. I went. I did like vocal warm ups, and then oh my god, sorry.
Are you
And then
good?
I sang the national anthem, and then they were like, try lowering your larynx by going "Grr," and like telling me like different little vocal techniques, which was really cool. I did that when I was like maybe 17. But yeah, shout out there, Adam Lambert. There's another cool celebrity
Yeah.
that I got to briefly meet.
Shout
I
out.
sang the national anthem for him in a small room, so that was cool.
Hell yeah. Shout out the national anthem. Shout out Adam Lambert. Have you
Shout
seen
out.
have you seen Eric Andre show? Hey, a quick shout out to Christina
Yes.
Applegate.
Okay, I think one of my bucket lists is to be on the Eric Andre show. Well, I don't think that is definitely on
Oh
my
yeah.
bucket list is to go on. I want to be a guest. Put me in the chair, throw things at me, go crazy, or let me perform. And while you throw
Wow.
ketchup and obscenities
Well,
at
Eric
me, I
Andre breaks his desk and
please.
brings the naked PA out here.
Yes. And then Hannibal Buress will come out and just like shake his head and then leave. And then you won't see him for like 2 more seasons.
Or he does his Morpheus. Something Morpheus. Yeah, that would be sick.
Yes, yes. I'm with it.
We're gonna make it happen. So with the Aquadolls live performances, y'all have performed at ACL, Corona Capital. Music Fest can get pretty wild. I freaking love them. Do y'all get to party after, or is it all business?
Of course. I mean, everything is a party in life, but um I'm actually really tame. I'll drink like a Shirley Temple. Ooh, if I'm feeling
Oh,
crazy, two Shirley Temples.
jeez,
Ooh.
reckless.
It's really cool because most festivals sometimes will have open bar backstage,
That's sweet.
which is really fun. So I'm like, unlimited Shirley Temples, let's go. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
party girl, but I'm also pretty tame. Like I love my nights in too. But like festivals,
Just put
like
up.
the backstage parties, it's usually just like you have a green room and you have your snacks in there and your drinks and you just sit in there and we like chit chat and stuff. The real party is in the main festival where
I,
all the GA is. Like
I was
we'll
gonna
go and
say.
sneak out into GA. Yeah, that's where the real party is. Backstage, it's just like kind of people chit chatting, a little bit of schmoozing, but not I like, I don't want to really
Yeah, it's
bother
not
people too much.
like go do this all the time. Yeah, like it's you don't
Like
want to make it
you'll
feel
see people walking
transactional.
around. No, and like you'll see people walking around like, "Oh, like that's so and so." And like when we were at Corona Capital a couple of weeks ago, Kayla, well, I mean, I was there too, hi. But Kayla got to meet Ashton Irwin, who was in 5 Seconds of Summer, which is a band that
Yep.
we loved when we were younger. And
Yeah, they were huge
and her
for
husband
like
took a
music.
photo of them, and I stood there like this and was like, great set, because we watched a little bit of his set. And he had a security guard who was like, no. And then he was like, oh, it's fine, and like he took the photo, and he was really sweet. So I'm really happy that she got to meet him, which was really really cool. But yeah, like, but it's kind of just like that. It's like you'll see people walking around, you're like, oh, like that's so and so, and I don't really want to
Mhm.
bother them too much,
Yeah,
because they're
exactly.
probably tired from their performance and stuff. But the real party is out in the GA, because that's
Mhm.
where everyone's going crazy. Like, um, I think one of my favorite memories was seeing Flume a few years ago. I had so much fun.
Such a good show.
Um, and then when we went to Corona Capital a couple weeks ago, we got there, and immediately, this was what, we weren't even playing this day. This was like the day before we performed, but we got to the festival just to go scope the bands and stuff, and we saw a little bit of Cage the Elephant, saw a
Mm.
little bit of Warpaint, saw a good chunk of Zed, which was so fun, and
Zed
then
was
got to
sick.
see Green Day, which is
Oh,
like
we got to see Green Day.
Green Day. Yeah, like that was so crazy. Um, I love it. So yeah, the
Yeah,
real
that's
party's out in the GA.
yeah, that's freaking sweet. I was wondering that because when my friends and I we went to Bonnaroo in 2023, that was so fun. But we ran into this there's this, I don't know if it's a man or a band, but the band's named Abraham Alexander, and I don't know, one of the guitarists that was just freaking killing it was just wandering around Bonnaroo that night, and it was cool. We got to run into him. Um,
Hell
but
yeah.
yeah. So
You
outside
never know who
of,
you're gonna see.
for real, man, the music scene is amazing. I love events like that. You can run into anybody, and just out in the world.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
outside of the festival shenanigans, do you have like a favorite concert moment? Whether it's small venue, big venue, whatever.
My favorite concert moment. I mean, like, it's hard to pick just one, because I can't even count how many
Mm.
shows I've played just this year, let alone like in my life.
Mm. You can
But
name a bunch of them if you want.
it it's just like crazy to me. Like, my favorite moments are always when I see people singing along to like the lyrics that I wrote. It's that always like makes me so excited, and also like want to cry. Like, literally
Mm.
just like a couple weeks ago when we played Corona Capital, I was looking out into the crowd, and I see people singing along with me, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't even look at them, because I like start tearing up, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like this is crazy. I can't believe this is my life right now. So I'm really grateful for
Yeah.
those little sweet moments. I think it's so special that songs that I wrote either at my highest or lowest points in my life are being screamed by people I've never met in my life. I'm like, that is some beautiful stuff right there, and I'm really grateful for that. I love I love a good mosh pit. Whenever a mosh pit breaks out, I'm like, let's go.
Hmm.
Um, I love a good crowd surf moment. I love it when people do like the shoulder rides. Like, I just love seeing like crowd participation. That always makes me so happy. I think it was Shaky Knees Festival last May. Aquadolls played, and during Wander, our last song, the mosh, like there was a mosh pit the whole time, which was so cool, because we played right before Fiddlar, who are like super mosh pit
They
band.
rock.
Like, they're so fun. They
Mm.
rock. I love them. But all of a sudden, like, I was looking in the crowd while I'm playing, and I see like a line of people sitting, and they're like rowing an imaginary boat. And I had never seen anything like that in my life. Like, one guy was like in the front, like pretending to whip them, like, go, go,
He's like
while they're like,
the
there's
guy in
like
the
20
Olympic
people,
rowing.
like, there's like 20 people like sitting in a line, like, row, row, and they're like rowing to the beat, and like, that was amazing.
That's
Like,
that's
I will
amazing.
never forget. I will never forget the boat of Shaky Knees Festival 2023. That was awesome. I love that.
That's
Um,
incredible. That makes me want to be a part of the
yeah,
invisible rowboat.
it was great. I was like, let me dive in there real quick. I wanna join you guys, but alas, I could not, for I was on stage performing.
Indeed.
But and also other things I really enjoy about performing is traveling. I love to travel and go to new places that I've never experienced before. Um, just this past fall, it's still fall, but like 2 months ago, I
It's
went on
basically
tour
winter.
with Pink. Yeah, I went on tour with Pinky and Chi Chi, and we got to go to Europe for my first time, Europe and UK, and that was
Wow.
so cool. Again, like the people singing along, that always gets me, especially when it comes to my solo music, because I feel like Aquadolls is still like a pretty niche band, but like my solo stuff is even smaller. Like, so I'm really grateful when people do know the songs. I'm like, oh my God, taste, like, yes, you're tapped in. So like going to France and then seeing people sing along, and then they were like chanting my name, and I'm like, oh my God, like it's a very humbling experience, and like I'm just really grateful that I get to do what I do and make friends and meet people from all over the world while doing what I love. It's amazing, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's got to be a trip to go to a country that you've never been to before, and then you're singing your song on stage and you see people singing along with it. I love it. I one of the
It's wild.
Yeah. One of the beautiful things about music to me and why I like to write and why I do this is because I want to connect. I want to be able to spread like a common message of inclusivity, and that I don't know, it's cool because it seems like you are able to do that through the music, and that is awesome.
I love it.
Yes. And today was Spotify Wrapped Day. What was your Spotify Wrapped looking like?
I was my own number one artist.
Oh hell yeah. You gotta have the confidence.
I was like, yeah, I do be practicing my own songs a lot.
Mm.
So I'm running out my own songs. But
Yeah,
Charlie XCX was up there. Use Klein was up there too. Pinky was also up there, and I already kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to look really quick.
so did I, honestly. Let me see what mine
Wait,
is.
how do you see like the playlist?
I don't know. I'm on
Don't they
Apple
usually
Music
have that?
actually. I think they do have a playlist.
Uh oh yeah, yeah. Like usually it'll show like your songs of the year like wrapped. Am I tripping? Oh yeah, my top songs 2024. Cam
Beautiful.
Girl. That High by
Cam
Cam
girl.
Girl. I love her. I'm streaming her all the time. I love Cam Girl. On and On by Cam Girl. I have Charlie XCX. I have May Mung in here. I
Yes.
have Romance Planet. I
Is that a
have
band or a song?
Anaria. Romance Planet?
Yeah.
He's a solo artist. He does like kind of like happy hardcore. Is that the genre? I'm really bad at genre. It's kind of he's very like early 2000s dance. He does like shuffle videos, and he wears like the fat pants, like the huge rave pants, and he like moves like that. He's like fall from the sky, and like I eat it up every time. I think he's so cool. And then I got to play with him at Subculture a couple months ago,
Oh,
which
that's
was really
sick.
fun.
So is
Um, yeah.
Sorry, just quick question. So is he like, that like brand? I'm kind of going off course here, but is he like that brand of like, early 2000s, like back when they called it electronica? When it was like
Hmm.
minimalistic and sort of like, have
Yes.
you heard of Basement Jacks?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that in a way. Is it like that?
Hmm. More like I know exactly what you mean. He's like more in the like surreal, like S3 RL kind of sound. Like
Mm,
I like to call it the hamster dance genre.
The
if that
hamster dance
helps.
genre. I
You,
like
you know
it.
the hamster
Is
dance?
it like the old like hamster commercials with the, for the
Like
little
dibba dee
cars?
da dee ba do
Oh,
do dee ba dee ba do.
dee-da-dee-da-dee-do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do 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 do. It's like that. Yes, like that.
Yes.
That's kind of the vibe. He doesn't sound like a hamster,
Hmm.
but like the music, like the background music is kind of giving like hamster dance, but like modern. I'm
The
really bad. I'm,
modernized
I'm still
hamster dance.
learning.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm still learning genre names. I'm a DJ, but I just knew EDM
Hmm.
like 3 years ago because I grew up in the rock world and the alternative rock space. So when I started DJing, I just knew like dance music, techno, house, drum and bass, and there's so many subgenres that I'm still learning myself. So if you catch me, you can correct me, but
Well,
I don't really know.
man,
I just know hamster dance genre,
I was gonna say,
and that's all I know.
I think you pioneered two genres today with hamster dance music and busted laptop core. So I
There
mean,
we go. Some may even say, and some meaning myself, may even say that I coined the term surf punk because back in 2012 when I first uploaded music onto Bandcamp, I created the surf punk hashtag.
mm,
No one had ever used that hashtag before, and then years later, it's a thing. So
are you the soldier boy of
I,
surf punk? Let's
I
go.
maybe, I just might be.
First, first singer to have surf punk. I don't know.
Just might be. I don't know.
Let's go. Um, Now, what do you think your Mount Rushmore of artists looks like? You think like your absolute goats, you think?
I mean, I'm gonna have to put Miss Gwen Stefani up there just because she was my first concert when I was in fourth grade. She really inspired me to want to be an artist. Haley Williams as well, like Paramore.
Hmm.
Charlie XCX in the more modern sense. Grimes. She's definitely a little kooky, a little crazy, but her inventiveness, especially like in the Visions era, really inspired me to want to self-produce. Like Dream and Deception would not have happened if Grimes didn't produce her album completely on GarageBand. I That inspired me to want to do it, and did it turn out the best? No, but did I have fun? Did I learn? Yes. I even bought the same keyboard that she had. But yeah, she's up there in terms of like my overall. But recently, I really love Yus Klein. He is so cool, and I'm gonna see him in concert next year thanks to my BFF Kayla. So I'm really excited. But he does kind of like the like gabber like dun 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 like the silly dance. I can't do the dance. I want to learn. But like
Is this the
harder techno.
okay? Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
like
Hard
yeah, like
style
the
kind of
I think that
techno.
sort of like in that dubstep vein in a way, or is it
He's
different?
not really dubstep, but he's like Euro dance. Euro dance. There
Mm.
we go. That was what I was looking for. And that's kind of where Romance Planet is too. He's kind of in the Euro dance, even though I don't think he's European. I think he's from Florida.
Hmm.
But I digress.
Indeed. You said his name's Yus Klein.
Yeah, it's spelled like juiced. It's like Joost Klein. Klein. He was on Eurovision this year.
Oh, that's cool. Shout out to Yus Klein.
Love him. I want to collab.
Yus
That's my
Klein,
dream.
if you're
I want
watching
to
this.
collab with Eric Andre, and I want to collab with East Klein.
Eric Andre and Yus Klein, if you're in the chat right now, you heard it here first. Um, and in addition to that, I saw that, I mean, in your Instagram bio, fashion's up there. Like you put fashion in there. Is there any Anything other than music for art forms that you would want to get into?
Um, I always said when I'm in my 40s, I want to write, direct, and star and score my own horror movie.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't have to be in my 40s, maybe it'll happen sooner, but I am very much a horror person. Like, I'm a year-round Halloween kind of girl. I love
Hmm.
it. Always, I'm always watching scary movies on Shudder and watching Dracula, and I love spooky drag too. I don't participate in spooky drag. Well, I mean, I always say when I put on my makeup, I'm getting into drag, but I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not like one of those divas. Like, I mean, I am a diva, but anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
I love horror, and I would love to kind of dip into like the acting world more. Like, I have done acting and like background acting stuff, but I've never
Yeah.
had like an actual speaking role. I would love to die in a horror movie.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. So maybe that'll happen.
Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Man,
Yeah.
I'm the polar opposite, low key. I like that the
What's
psychological
yours?
thrillers. Like,
I
I
love it
mean,
all.
I, I mean, honestly, in general, I'm not a big horror guy, but if I had to pick a really good movie that is kind of horror, Beau is Afraid. That have you seen the one with Joaquin
Ooh.
Phoenix? Same people
I
that.
haven't I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I want to. It's like $20 to rent on Prime, which is why I haven't seen
Oh
it
my
because I'm like, I
gosh.
don't want to pay. But I want to see it. It's on my watch list. I want to see it. Tell me
Pr-
how amazing it is because I already know.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's fantastic. I pro tip to the two viewers, Eric Andre and Yus Klein in here. Don't tell anybody. 123movies.com.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
um.
I think that's why my laptop is busted.
Oh damn. Does it just not load?
No.
What happens?
Rainbow wheel.
Oh, the rainbow wheel.
The rainbow wheel of doom.
That's the worst. The classic. I remember I had this old Mac desktop that had the same problem. I remember I tried to play this game called Rust on it, got like 9 FPS. But I digress. Um, the if you could collab with any artist you think, dead or alive, doesn't even have to be a musician. Could be like a favorite director. Who would it be? And it could be more than one.
The way I like think of this every day, and then when you ask me, I'm like, I can't think of anyone.
I feel
I
you.
literally have a list. I have a list somewhere of like my dream collabs. I'm trying to think. It was on the list. I don't know why the first one that popped up in my brain is Little Texas. I want to make a hard style song. I think it would be so fun.
Mm.
I love it. I love going hard, so why not? Why
Oh
not make a
yeah.
tune? Um, I'm blanking so bad right now. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to go
you're
look at
good. No worries. Take
my
your time.
references. Um, Me quickly scrolling through my Spotify really fast. AG Cook,
Oh yeah.
Let's Cook.
I
Um,
want to cook with AG
who
Cook.
else? Bear, I do too. Let's get in the kitchen. It's funny because my partner kind of looks like him too. So it's happened more than once that we'll be out and people are like, "Oh my God, it's AG Cook and Kim Petras," and I'm like, anyways, um, Barely Human. Love that diva. I want to cook in the studio with him. I've like made a few um beats for him that I pitched for him. So we'll see. You never know.
Let's go.
I love Terror Jr. a lot. I think they're extremely criminally underrated as like as a group, but their songwriting is insane and they're like a super group of the producer David, he produced like a G6. Like
Ooh.
he was the Cataracts. Like if you know it's the Cataracts. That was him. And Lisa, who's the vocalist, she's so sweet, so cool, such an amazing singer, and her lyrics are so witty and just like fun, witty poetry that I love, and I really want to make a song with them too. So, hey.
Hey, if you're in the chat right now, you heard it here first.
I'll clip this later and I'll tag them.
Yeah, yeah. The Melissa Brooks collab coming soon.
Yes.
What? I have a couple more questions. I'm gonna just fly through this. Favorite memories from and like how a song came together. Like,
Favorite memories how a song came together. Um, I'm thinking of like my recent stuff. I think the song Glue that I made with Maymung, that was like honestly most of the songs that we've made like for like the Alien Princess EP were
mhm.
very on the fly, like just sitting in the studio and like we were collaborating on the beat and then I would sit there like just typing out lyrics and those are kind of my favorite is like when it just like right away like what you want to say on I'll have like a vision and then I'll like go in the mic and kind of sing like Simlish and I'll be like
Mhm.
and like just sing like not real words but it'll help me get the melody and then I'll listen back to the Simlish and then make real words and that's how the stories come together so yeah I love doing it on the fly.
That's sick. I want to like I don't know, a lot of my stuff I feel like when I do it on the fly, I'm able to I don't know. If I end up writing something, if something is too premeditated when I'm making something, I think I can get too caught up in what I want it to sound like instead of where the thing's going. Because I think with a lot of songs and stuff, they can take on a life of their own in a way. Like
Absolutely.
you can envision how a song wants like how you want a song to sound, and then you put it together, and it's I don't know. It's never going to be the same picture. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll start doing more stuff on the fly like that. Um,
Try the Simlish.
yeah, I gotta do the Simlish. You said
Hasn't
Maymung?
failed me.
Yeah. You said Maymung was working on Glue?
Yeah, he produced the whole Alien Princess EP.
Dude, wow. I had no idea. He's
Yes, that was me and
he's
him.
he's crazy with it. That's a great
He's a
duo.
king.
Indeed.
Underrated king.
Indeed. Big Mungus in the cut.
Yes.
Um now with the Aquadolls, you did your last show of 2024 in San Diego a few days ago. But what's next for y'all heading into the new year? Any fun projects or concerts booked up?
Not yet, but you never know. And stay tuned. And I want to start cooking up some songs very soon.
Hell yeah. Excited to hear it. And for Party with Mel over the next few years, you said that you already have a bunch of lineups sort of in the works. I don't know how concrete they are. I don't want to guarantee anything or speak for you, but what's next for Party with Mel?
I want to start introducing themes again. I was doing themes like before I had a name for the party. Like we did a Mean Girls night. We did I wasn't there for this. There was a vampire night. Um we did a Jersey Shore night, which was probably my favorite theme. But
That's
I
pretty
want to
sick.
do an all femme lineup next year. I won't reveal the whole lineup, but I can give very heavily hint that a certain queen with pink hair will be performing. You can figure out who that might be. It is someone that I recently performed with.
Is it Melissa Brooks?
And
No way. No.
I'm performing with myself. Hi. But I want to bring out more like badass femme artists and I want to do like an emo night, like MySpace night. I think that'd be really fun too. So start like incorporating more themes. I think will be fun and like it kind of encourages people to dress up and show out. Like my favorite parties that I DJ are the theme parties, like the Shrek rave, the
Yeah.
Kuromi raves, the Hello Kitty raves, the SpongeBob raves. Like people really love a good costume and showing up in costume and dancing to like SpongeBob music. It's so silly and goofy and I love
Mm.
it. And Party with Mel is like all of that in one, but we can get a little specific with it. So we'll do themes next year.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, the costumes, I feel like they let people, it allows people to let it all hang out. It sets the vibe in a great way.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm also doing I'm trying to expand to like outside of OC. I'm doing a Party with Mel in Venice. Is it Venice? Oh, it's in Santa Monica at a place called Venice West on December 20th, and that will be the nightmare before X Rave, which will be a, a homage to my Halloween on Christmas rave that I met Kayla at 6 years ago,
Hell
and
yeah.
it will be a spooky holiday party where basically I saw Terrifier 3 and was like, I want to do a Terrifier party, a Terrifier 3 party, but that's like extremely niche, and I don't know if I'm gonna sell a lot of tickets, so we're just gonna Nightmare Before X-Rave it. So it's spooky, it's a little oogie boogie, it's a little gory, it's a little cookie, like
Mm.
a little
A little out
pepperminty,
there.
you know. Well, might bring some candy and some lights, and definitely there will be blood.
Maybe you could have the Terra. I'm sorry, I don't want to get the name wrong. The Terra 3. What was it called?
Terrifier 3?
Terrifier. Oh, okay, yeah. Terrifier 3. Maybe you could have that be like an accent mark to the other one or something and see how. You said that that was more niche? I think I've heard of Terrifier.
Okay, yeah, like people say it's like the most gory movie of all time, which like I don't think it is. I didn't think it was that bad. Like
I hear that Saw is the
the
worst one.
second Saw's Saw's pretty gnarly. I think Terrifier, the whole franchise is like goofy and like silly to me, kind of like how Chucky is funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I started watching horror movies way too young as a child, but like Chucky never scared me as a kid. I always thought he was funny and like goofy and like how he's a little doll that cusses. Like I always thought that was so funny. And like the same kind of with Terrifier for me, like Art the Clown is so goofy that like I'm like, I know he did bad things, but how can we be mad at him when he's like, "Ee." Like it's funny to me. So I don't know. I sympathize with him just a little bit. He maybe shouldn't do all that, but I still think he's funny.
Yeah. That's wild. When I was a kid, bro, nah. I remember people would tell me about Chucky, and I was like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be around that movie. I don't want to be a part of it.
That is so valid.
Yeah, I was. I had a. I think for a little bit when I was a kid, I had an irrational fear of Chucky. But
I had an irrational fear of cold vegetables.
of cold vegetables,
Yeah, I didn't start eating salad until my early 20s.
wow.
Yeah,
Why?
I was raised wrong. It just gave me the ick.
Yeah. I mean, a cold, soft vegetables, sort of. They make me go. "Eh." You
That's
know,
so valid.
they make me kind of.
I like a
I
good
don't know.
crunch.
Exactly. I need my broccoli to be crunchy. You ever have a piece of broccoli and it's just like I don't even.
Mush.
You can. You can. Yeah. You can. It's
I
just
do
totally
like me some
mush.
broccoli cheddar soup though.
Broccoli cheddar soup.
If it's done well.
True. Do you rock with Panera? I kind of feel like Panera's hospital food, low key. But
They're decent. Decent. I think their broccoli cheddar is like I'll give it like a 7 out of 10.
yeah. Have you ever had a homemade broccoli cheddar before?
Yes, and that's the best.
Yeah. One time I got a broccoli cheddar from, it was when I worked in food service for like 2 weeks. Salute to our food service workers. Cause that's just so hard. But yeah, the chef would always have extra broccoli cheddar soup. And that shit was amazing.
Hell yeah. That
Big high
sounds so
quality.
good.
Indeed. But to wrap it up, after the totally highly anticipated vegetable talk and broccoli cheddar soup talk, any words of advice for aspiring artists or people out there with a dream?
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Just keep going. Trial and error is so important. Even if you're like, I don't know if this is gonna work, just try it. And if you don't like it, hold on to it. But I think a lot of people's fear is like things not performing well. We live in such like a social media age now where a lot of people are looking at numbers and how things are performing number wise. Fuck all that. Who cares? Because over time, your numbers will add up. But having that material, having videos, songs, pictures, whatever it may be out there, it's only going to be adding to your portfolio over time of who you are as an artist, whether it's crazy produced music, a super HD video that you made with a videographer, or just like literally a goofy ass TikTok that you filmed on 2 times speed, lip syncing to a Snow Stripper song. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. Don't worry about your digital footprint. Who cares? Just do it. If you want to do it right now, go for it. Put yourself out there. And that's how you're going to get known, is by putting yourself out there. You're not going to get known by not putting yourself out there, then people are going to be looking at other things. So I think it's really important to be as active as you can, whatever that may mean for you, whether it's creating like a posting schedule once a week or every day or whatever. I know it can be a lot, but just do it. Just do it. And don't be afraid of judgment. Don't be afraid of what people will think, because at the end of the day, it's your art, it's your project, and what you want to put out there. So have fun. Have fun. Screw what people think. Just have fun.
Heck yeah. Love it. Channel the joy. Because that's, I mean, I think bottom line, we do this because it's fun. And also, like, yeah, like, when you were talking, it made me think of the Wayne Gretzky, man. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And even, especially in art, I think, a missed shot is better than no shot. Because what you're looking at, I mean, I've looked at things that I've made as, like, quote, missed shots. And then somebody else out there will thoroughly enjoy it. So make the music. Don't stop yourself because you're worried about what somebody might think. Because the people that have something to say, I feel like they aren't really, I don't know, I don't want to be too harsh on the people that have something to say, but it's like they typically don't have that much going on themselves most of the time, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't listen to somebody putting you
Do
down.
that. No. And if you do, then just make a song about it.
Exactly. Well said. But this has been Prime Time with Taff and Melissa Brooks. If you liked this, please check out her music, the Aquadolls, Melissa Brooks, Party with Mel in Orange County tomorrow, the Karomi Rave at the Regent Theater in LA tomorrow, right?
That's right. Or Friday, the December 6th. And I have a new song coming out the same day.
Oh, hell yeah. What's it called?
It's called Horizons.
Horizons.
It's a song about chasing your it's a song about looking back at your inner child and reflecting on your childhood and how special it is and all the things that you can do.
Awesome. Love it. I will be checking that out for sure. Again, thank you for coming. If you liked the interview, we have more interviews coming, trying to document different little music scenes, and it's been so cool to get to talk about this. So yeah, if you like this, don't hesitate to subscribe. It's totally free. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one,
Thank
people.
you.